We are on the cusp of knowing which second team will be eliminated from the Major. It's either INTZ or Grayhound. Dust is a must for these two. And
nice.
Hugo, after what we've seen, I really, now more than ever, I don't know where this is going to go, because Grayhound, it looked like Nuke was their game to win, right? They were 1-0 up in the series, 9-6 half. Things are looking good. They take the pistol. We're sat there waiting with bated breath, anticipating that this is going to be the win for Grayhound. And somehow, through just the most ludicrous start to a second half I've ever seen, with 8 rounds of forcing back and forth between either side, finally, we were able to see INTZ close that out.
Now, hindsight is 50-50, so obviously this is a complete hypothetical. But if you're Grayhound here, you're probably really wondering, what would have happened if we just gave them the force buys and we just took a double eco? You know, at the start of the half, we let them take a round lead. Because, like, that's the thing. INTZ was still coming back when Grayhound were forcing. Now, it was Grayhound being in the lead that was justifying them to force. So, okay, we're winning, so we can keep forcing. And I'm not saying the forces were bad. I completely agree with the decision-making. I would have done the same thing. But because they lost it, what if they just ecoed those rounds and then bought up fully and had the AWP and had everything? They probably could have won the game,
It's
Harry.
little things like that that can really play on your mind.
Yeah.
And whether or not that's something they're thinking about at all heading into this third map, or whether or not it's something they're just going to be reflecting on a hell of a lot at the end of this series, is yet to be seen.
Well, it depends if they win or lose, right?
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like as a result, if you lose this now and you're Grayhound, you're going to walk away from this with all these points in your head about, well, what if, like, what if we just, because it was their game to give away, and they gave it away. INTZ, they didn't give it away. They didn't give it away.
It wasn't.
INTZ took it, but
INTZ took it,
That's
a good way of putting
it was Grayhound in the lead regardless, and there were things that could have happened, might have changed the outcome, and those are the things that run rampant in your mind
that
after
is
the fact.
the single-handed worst game to lose I've seen all tournament. Like, that's the worst. That's worse than the crazy game where they just got come back against like a huge scoreline. Like, that sucks, of course, but having it in the palm of your hand and just thinking, oh, we'll just force buy because they're force buying, and let's just and then like 8 rounds later, you're like, guys, maybe we should stop. It's not their fault, of course. I don't want to put any blame. It was a great game of Counter-Strike, and INTZ really stepped up their level, especially considering they got 5 rounds over on Train, that first map of the series. This was a stark difference. This was of the INTZ we wanted to see today.
Yeah.
And now that they're warmed up, now that they're pumped, now that they're 1 map away from sending Grayhound home, will Dust2 just be an absolute aim fest? Will INTZ take this series after all?
Here's the thing. I think there's a good chance that they really could now.
Yeah.
KNG has gone from strength to strength each map. If he can keep that up, if he can keep fragging out the way that he has been, he's terrifying. But the 2 players I also want to draw attention to, Yell, obviously double AWP potential between these 2, and he's been looking good. But the third man, I think most importantly for me, is Cello. Yeah. Cello had so many impactful rounds in that second half of Nuke in particular. He was just entering like a madman. And if he can keep that confidence up in Dust2, then you've got that 3-man trio in INTZ to step up. So Fast B play and Malta, the only man here to respond.
And not much of a response from him. He gets flashed back in, but can't hit the shot to the USP. INTZ going to get a 5-on-5 post point, and the way it seems, KNG trying to catch the tunnels rotate, and they are not ready for that angle. Nice shot. Trade is there, though, from Dexter, and that opens up the possibility for this retake. With every man that goes down, this B site gets a little bit weaker. That being said, Terrace with a favor here. Not for long. Quick shot from Dick, and he's going to line up 2 more on Cart. There it is. Absolutely locked down. There's only 1 man here, and although Cello's got some kills, he's so low. Still comes down to the 1v1, but Dick Stacy, it seemed like he had that under control. 4 kills. I saw this man stocking up on some potatoes in the catering right after that previous game. He's all potatoed up, Harry. That's what starch does to you. Gives you 4 kills.
Potatoes fuel Dick Stacy. And, yeah, I mean, with results like this, he is like the 4K king of pistol rounds.
Yeah.
And he's also the 4-play king.
Of all rounds.
Yeah. 1-0 start for Grayhound. Pistol round locked in, and I'm still hesitant because there's this force here from INTZ, and it's literally brilliant. Better than the buy of Grayhound again.
Oh no, that's actually gross, isn't it? Oh, not the start you want though. I'm surprised you go for a B contact here with this buy. Could certainly get up mid, fight short. You have a huge favored advantage with these weapons over the SMGs, but either way, first pick going the way of Grayhound, and that gun is irretrievable for the time being because it's been picked up. Yell's now armed, but not armored. So that aim punch continuing to be an issue moving forward. Zand holding onto the tunnels push, but this will not be where the T's attempt their attack. It's going to be a long play. 3 players a side for Grayhound. The best weapon as well in the server or in the CT side is going to be posted on this long corner, but there are flashbangs. Zand should be able to set them up. He's actually on the wrong side of the map, so yeah, that's why they're waiting for him. They want the flashes to get out into long. That makes way more sense, and instead they'll actually change their mind and go back towards middle. Walk up catwalk. Grayhound aren't fighting mid, so this will be free real estate for INTZ, and they'll be able to try and battle down Urcast, who, again, is only on an SMG. That's not the weapon you want in this position. I imagine he'll just let them get close and let Sicko do the bulk of the damage.
Yeah, it's almost like a bit of like a bait and switch setup, right? Like Sicko draws the attention. He draws them into the bomb site with the promise of, oh, I'm here scouting long and it's just me. And this is where Urcast, he waits and he waits and he's a patient man hiding in the bomb site. Now he emerges and there we go. Wow. Patience is a virtue for Urcast. 4 kills there, lots of money made. And that's the round converted for Grayhound.
Neil making sure the fist bumps are correct, or just any fist bumps. Got to really hit the clap. You want that noise?
Clap? Can you make your fists clap?
No. Are you not watching his fist bumps, Harry? He's high-fiving the fist bumps.
Oh, so it's the...
Yeah, you know.
What noise is that?
Clap.
Okay.
God damn it, Harry. I'm really setting this up for you.
2-0 start. Malta on the Bison height.
I hope he pushes tunnels after that molly. It's not the kind of gun you take into a follow-up rifle round.
Into a game of Counter-Strike. Ever.
Well, I'd hope not, but...
64 bullets, though, and eventually one of them has to kill something. That's the way I look at it. And he's got the Bison over towards tunnels. I want him to go aggressive with it, but you understand if he doesn't, because, you know, you're up against these pistols. You really don't want to be throwing away around like this. You don't want to take too much damage. All 5 players grouped up on catwalk for INTZ, and it's this bait and switch once again between Urcast and Sicko. This time it's been reversed. They're letting Sicko have his shot at the big montage play. And no, it's Urcast again to do it. So there we go. Just leave A to him. Sicko, it's fine. Urcast has got your back.
Please drop that Bison, Malta. That being said, I can see the justification for running it like close tunnels, but at the same time, there are just better SMGs. Like, you know, you don't need that many bullets against a rifle round. If, you know, 64 bullets against 5, you know, Glocks, that's one thing. 64 bullets, you're not getting 64 bullets off against an AK. You're dead before they go out. So, hey, he's going to keep it, but I'm not inherently against this idea. We'll see. Retaking, certainly going to be a rough one. So INTZ bursting long very quickly here. Off of spawn, smoke on the corner, flashes to get them out. They will be deep inside of the pit now. They can forfeit this position, go back somewhere else, because Grayhound have regained some lost map control. They've taken short. And mid's empty as well. INTZ fully committed towards long. And so Grayhound already starting to flank. Look at Urcast on that mini-map.
I tell you what, man, with how good Urcast is at sneaking his way into places he's not meant to be, he might not even need a visa for Australia at this rate, man. He's all the way in T-spot almost, and now he's wrapping in through catwalk. He's going to try and help his teammates out here inside of the bomb site. This push has grinded to a halt. It's stopped in its tracks. Flash goes in, and it's a good one. Dick Stacy forced off the angle. Zand able to open up. Ooh, and the double. He's got them both. Dexter in with the trade has now made this look doable. 3-on-3. Still trapped on the other side of that smoke, and he tries to go through, but Yell's homing in on the angle, and as is KNG. It's Malta's Bison. This is it. The Bison's time to shine.
No.
Yeah, that went about as well as I thought it would.
Fantastic. Won't see that one again, I don't think. honestly, like, again, I'm not against that at all. You know, sitting close B, it's just when you're left to retake. I mean, no SMG there is going to let you win that round, but what a play from INTZ. I was questioning the slow-paced, long crawl there, but it worked out fabulously, just abusing the smokes, getting Zan on top of the site. Gets 2 kills off of that. Oh, dear. Just shot through the smoke. Didn't even have a chance. Fast B play off the back of that. They know they killed one of the B cross players, and therefore it's not going to be a stacked bomb site. Urcast, though, quickly coming through the doors of 1, and he gets spammed down to 50, and INTZ bail because they've already killed a player on long doors getting aggressive. That has left Sicko alone on A, rather. And INTZ, I love how slow they play some of these rounds. Like, they really make Grayhound sweat. You don't know where they are at this point. They could be
exactly.
anywhere.
And this is a 4-on-2, right? They've got a 2-man advantage. They've got map control coming out their ears, and Sicko still hung out to dry here at long, but with that, he dropped the bomb. Not ready for Cello, already down in pit. So the trade set up. Urcast is beginning his rotation round, and he's got the AWP to watch this cross. Smoke falls. Yell's got a smoke as well. He's up on Catwalk. And I think he actually just threw that into the bomb site. Dear. There's a big gap, and Urcast is watching it. It's got to be a bit of a shooting gallery for Urcast here, and they're trapped. These smokes, the fact that they've missed has really punished them. The bomb was able to get thrown across in amongst all that at least. A 1v2, definitely not impossible for Urcast.
Yeah, he's got a Molotov to force a player off of the bomb site as well. That could be huge. Molly coming from long, and it lands on short. Wow, I've not seen that one before. That is... You know, it could have been huge, but it comes a couple of seconds too late, and that will be the round anyway. I want to see the lineup for that Molly. I'm downloading that demo. Cello cuts off short from long with the Molly. Really nice. Really, really nice. But, yeah, won't make a huge difference here. And you can see that over-rotation on long as well. Dig Stacy not ready for the fact that, you know, INTZ weren't committing towards B. And I don't blame them for not being ready for that, right? INTZ get the mid pick. They rush 2 players into B. They get a kill there. It seems like a B play. But then, of course, they just sweat it up and back off and take a nice slow round. USP stack on long with 4. And only Dexter on B. Now, let's see if this has any results here for Grayhound. You see INTZ are scared of close positions. And I don't blame them because they're about to meet some. Yell gets 1. Trade is imminent, and KNG's ready for the repick. He knows they want to pick up the gun, and he won't let them get much further. 2 frags there. Dex is going to be his maker in middle, and Urcast has found a Krieg, but he won't find any players with it. KNG's locking it down from spawn.
Dead. There you go. 3-3, all tied up. KNG continuing his great streak. And he has just kind of been the one man in this team that throughout every game thus far has been stepping up, right? The others, they come and go, but KNG is the consistent man, top of the board within this team. And you can see these odds still in favor of Grayhound. They've certainly shrunk down a hell of a lot, though. And with how that last game ended, with how INTZ have got so many rounds on the board early on here, I don't know if this one is one I would put in favor of Grayhound anymore.
It's going to be a tough game, I'll tell you that much. INTZ don't look like the team that was getting shredded on T-side train anymore, Harry, or even CT-side train. It is a whole different team right now. They'll boost up. This is cool. We've been seeing triple boost recently up against that box that let you see over the tunnel smoke. Double boost works to see someone on top of Xbox at least, but Dex is crossed, and let's see if they check it. No, they're not going to. Dexter, 2 kills. He sprays him down. Smoke landing in his face. Doesn't fully cover off the tunnels, leaving him still stuck in the corner, but he's got teammate support, and they can't really get him out of this position. Even that molly will be of little use. He can just move, and that's a great flashbang. Throws it up. No chance to react there for Yell. Dexter gets out of dodge.
Urcast might catch the timing here. KNG. Ooh, they're so close. They're so close to meeting one another. That smoke gets dropped close, and Urcast now he knows There might be someone waiting on the other side. KNG first clearing the crossroads. Now fixating his attention down into middle. Tries to leave on the back of throwing that utility, and Urcast holding close. He'll upgrade onto that AWP now.
Yeah, 20 seconds. They need this pick. They need the kill to Sicko, but Dick Stacy's shut down long. Cello's gone. And Yell, 1-on-5. He's just looking for damage at this point. Drops the AWP. Oh, great spray. He's not going to be able to win this round, but he certainly can make it costly. If he can get this AWP out of position, try and throw it somewhere where they can't save it. Maybe he can save it himself. They're all around him, but are they going to drop in? They won't be able to stop him. Malta dead from B, and Yell. That's a fantastic way to salvage a 1-on-5 right there. 3 kills, he takes all the guns away, and he saves an AWP. You cannot ask for more in that situation. I thought he was just going to run up on A and die, but hey.
And you can see he's actually going to hold on it to the AWP. That's because he had the long spawn in this round. So he's straight out through long. Who's going to win this initial fight? There's a very heavy presence from Grayhound here. And the Molotov gets thrown on in, so that will deny the AWP peak. Yell actually getting tagged up a little bit in that before he trades the AWP back onto KNG. Grayhound doing a good job of stemming that long aggression before it becomes a problem. Important to remember that they've still rocking these 2 SMGs into this round as a result of how much damage Yell was able to do. You can really see the ramifications of those kills in this round here and now.
Yeah, that could be what really screws Grayhound here in round number 8. Nice nade. Puts Yell down to 27. But smoke up on the catwalk, going to give INTZ some room to maneuver. Molly again in response. Grayhound just using all their utility, dumping it. Trying to keep INTZ out of getting a kill and pushing this time down low again. When you know you play against a slow team, it is good to, you know, burn off as much time as you can with your Molotovs and smokes. And a bit of re-aggression. I like this as well. Urcast has gone up on catwalk. It's a ballsy move, but he's realized that it's clear, and INTZ is setting up for a mid to B.
Oh no, but Urcast driving the knife in the back. It's only the SMGs getting kills. I thought it might have made a difference, but it hasn't made a bit of difference to this round. In fact, it might have even helped Grayhound in some weird way. Oh. KNG, they know where he is. 10 seconds, he'll drop that molly, drops the smoke, trying to get away with the AWP. Big round from Grayhound, in particular Urcast. What? KNG!
God, he's so fast.
He is, isn't he just? Isn't he just?
What a player.
KNG, what a guy. He holds onto the AWP, stays alive. A nice fancy fast flick to hold on to it. And a buy coming back in from INTZ. They were really considering whether or not to go for that one. It comes in last second, and I'm imagining that's because KNG holding onto the AWP. This is the only time they're going to have one for the next couple of rounds. Oh, and so they want to try and do something. Oh, look at the balls on him. Round isn't even been live for 20 seconds. He's down mid. He's in CT spawn.
Oh, no! That's a missed shot. And that's a sitter as well. Urcast had no idea. He was just crossing with his gun out, not even looking, not even aware. Very happy he made it to the goose. Just going to make a quack joke. Did goose quack? Is that the word you used to describe?
No, they honk.
Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot about that. Honk, honk. But no animal noises today. We'll try and leave that. We are falling apart. Not as much as the economy of INTZ, though, with 2 pistols coming out through long. And Dick Stacy on and off angle. He sprays 2. Zand will just get the trade. 20 HP remaining. And 2 CTs left on the side. But they are walking through the smoke. Destiny, he doesn't expect a second. I can't blame him for that. But 44 seconds and only 2 players left up for this T side.
Yeah, it's KNG and Zand. And smoke on KNG will allow this bomb to get across. It's still, though, not without risk, right? You've got Malta waiting back in CT alongside Dexter. They've both got Krieg, so the scopes are in full effect. And there's a gap on the left-hand side of that. Now, Zan's been able to get by. He's very lucky to have gotten into the bomb site. Has KNG alongside him, and they do get that bomb planted, so a 2v3. Both players inside of the site, and they're trying to get away. Dexter holding the elevator, so patient, will finally get spotted. Malta coming in from long. Both kills go his way. Well played there from Dexter, just to draw the attention of those players in and allow that long play to come through. You could see INTZ were not positioned for that whatsoever, and they were both tunnel visioned on Dexter at the elevator position.
Yeah, timeout now for INTZ. Maybe the realization that the money isn't as pitch perfect as they want it to be. Maybe tempting to force here, but the better decision is definitely to take the half buy. Wait for that last bonus to accumulate. It'll be 4th loss bonus after this round, so pistols and armor, I imagine, will be the decision being made here. I'd like to see maybe a B play, something fast. It remains to be seen what INTZ will throw into this round. Yeah, about what you would expect. Got some good amount of utility at least. KNG saving for the AWP. Sicko's on his as well, so hopefully we get to see a little bit more from this man on the AWP. We know what a beast he can be. Flash towards long, and Grayhound with a very heavy setup here. INTZ throwing nades over, but not committing there, just going up catwalk instead. They've got that Xbox smoke. You might be able to see one of those plays where you drop a couple in CT spawn and try and run up the ramp. But Grayhound have 2 inside of the spawn. Quick spot from Sicko, nade and Molotov, and he can back off.
Yeah, doesn't actually drop that Molotov yet. Instead, he's going to hold on to it and likely will throw that in now. Now that he's seen these smokes, all this utility going in, instead actually going to hold the angle for a little bit longer.
He's already thrown it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It just goes in there. I think it actually didn't even explode by the looks of things.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, he's so blind. It might not even matter, though, because Urcast is having a blinder of a game. They finally shut down Urcast. Sicko, oh, now he is in danger. Now he needs help more than ever. Oh. And Yell's going to find him trying to get back to long. Dick Stacy, the savior that Grayhound needed, perhaps, as he's doubled up. Malta comes in for the trade. They get a leash back on the beast that is INTZ there. AWP carried forward as well. Ooh. I think it's really worth bringing some attention to Urcast's phenomenal start to this map. He sat 16-6, top of the board for Grayhound. He wants his last ride with the boys to go on that much longer.
Yeah, what a great game from him as well. I mean, without him getting those kills down in CT spawn, that round is definitely going to get a bit busted. Considering INTZ only bought pistols as well, they hit some pretty ridiculous shots. You know, Yell one-tapping Sicko with a CZ at range down long. Certainly got a bit close for comfort there in a 2 CT surviving for Grayhound, but a round is a round, and INTZ are buying anyway coming into this one. See, Urcast very ready for those CT drops while hiding on the box. KNG on the AWP. What is the game plan for INTZ? This isn't a rough scoreline just yet, but if Grayhound win this round and then potentially take a follow-up anti-eco, 9-3, that's when things are starting to be drawn into question. INTZ need this round more than anything.
Oh, no, they try and hit that B bomb site. It was looking like it wanted to be a fast B play. And they spot Malta getting into that left-hand cubby. With that kill, he drops the bomb out in the open. Luckily enough, the pressure's been somewhat alleviated by Cello dealing with Sicko up here on short and opening up the A bomb site. A bit of an over-rotation on the back of spotting that bomb at the mouth of tunnel. Dick Stacy, the only man who could make a difference, and he's done exactly that. The bomb dropped, and now under Dick Stacy's control. 4v2 bomb down in lower tunnels. Cello and Yell, they've got to try and get a hand back on this bomb. And that is so easier said than done in this situation. There's so many crossfires getting solidified between the Grayhound guys at this point. I don't know how INTZ get this bomb back.
Dexter's playing low in mid, so, you know, whoever's up on short has to walk aggressively out into the view of Dick Stacy in order to get that kill. And Yell, he should get peeked from close. There it is. Dick Stacy swinging, and Malta cleans up the last kill. 3 from Dick. And that's an 8th here for Grayhound. Fantastic half so far, and we're not even done just yet. Very strong setup there in lower mid. And I mean, this CT AWP is just not even coming into play. It's not even needed to do anything, really. It's just been the rifles that have been coming up top trumps here, and the SMGs.
I tell you what, I think one of the reasons that Grayhound are able to get away with that is KNG, while he's had a few good AWPing moments on this map, and he is sitting right up at the top of the board for INTZ, it does feel like we're not just seeing him hit some of the sitters that he should be getting away with, right? So it feels like a very good timing for Grayhound. Both AWPers on either side have fallen quiet. And on a map like Dust2, a map that is dominated by strong AWPers, it's not now that you want to see them going quiet.
INTZ wanting to go long here. They have 1 flash on the team, but that's on Catwalk right now. So they're going to have to go out dry. And Dick Stacy, well, he's acclimatized to that already on the angle. Destiny walking right into it, and this is where things get very difficult indeed. Unless Yell can flash from Catwalk, which he will not, they're just going to run into it. Quick jump, and the trade is there. But the AWP has moved in to hold onto that bomb. Smoke on it. Timing shot not connecting. Sicko going to fall a little further back, but I mean, what do you even do with this? Great, you've got the bomb back, but you've also only got a Mach 10 and 50 seconds to find yourself inside of a bomb site with it. Zan looking to commit. Yeah, probably coming up Catwalk here to make a distraction for this Deagle.
Well, it was a nice try.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do there,
Yeah,
right?
no, exactly. Dick Stacy and Sicko had already done so much, right? Especially Dick Stacy finding both of those kills over at long. Admittedly didn't get the 3rd, but with him finding that, you know, dropping the bomb out in the open and so little time left, it almost looked like INTZ were considering maybe trying to sell either a bit of a fake or catching a player in the tunnels or wrapping back, and they realized, you know, 30 seconds left. We got to dedicate to A, and it just doesn't pan out for them. This has gone from looking like it was going to be a very, very close 3rd map. If you recall, there was a time where INTZ were 3-3, all tied up. And since then, it's just been Grayhound finding success.
Another rifle round, though, Harry. We've got a couple left of this half. And if INTZ want to salvage anything here on their terrorist half, it's got to be here. We've already talked about must-win rounds. Well, this is, again, one of them. This has been a 6-round streak for Grayhound, so INTZ desperately looking to break that. I'd love to see them go back towards B. They had that 1 round, I think 2 ago, where they attempted it, but it was, you know, them getting caught with a bomb, Malta getting a kill, and then suddenly they just decide against it. I'd like to see a spawn play into B, even if not necessarily a spawn, but, you know, get your players out long, get pick control, then go into a B take once you force some rotates. Either way, they're up on Catwalk right now. They can always double back, but trying to push Sicko off, they've done exactly that. He's had to take the AWP all the way back towards the site. Now, they don't have long right now, so even though INTZ have not sent anyone out through these doors, Grayhound have to position themselves according to the fact that they don't have long control, or regain that. So Dick Stacy's gone aggressive, cleared that out. And INTZ still pressuring the Catwalk, looking to actually commit towards A with 5 players here. When they did this for pistols, they made it very close, so surely with rifles they can have a little bit more success.
Oh, and a missed shot from Sicko. That's given them the timing to close this gap, and they're getting closer and closer, just beelining into this bomb site. Oh, Sicko, dear. Missed shot. Finally, it connects. Dexter and Urcast here to help out, and only Zand left standing. 30 seconds. Dexter in with the second. Him and Urcast getting a handle back on that round so quickly. 10-3 for Grayhound. And with Sicko missing a couple of shots inside of the bomb site there, I thought, you know, with INTZ being in the face of Grayhound, they had the site not under their control, but they could have gotten that bomb down. Dexter and Urcast just doing such a good job from CT. I think one of the hardest positions to win that many fights onto Catwalk from as well. Really saving that round for Grayhound.
Yeah, Urcast has just kept this up. You know, you were talking about him earlier. He's got 18 kills right now. Dick Stacey's only a couple behind as well. Like, these guys are really carrying Grayhound through. And this has got to feel rough, right? We talked about INTZ being pumped up coming into this game. They just won Nuke. They just won a huge T-side comeback on a very difficult map. And now they have 3 rounds on Dust2. Still a salvageable half. They don't want to give it up here. They want to buy and get 5. Easier said than done. Going for the B play. This is what we wanted to see. There's only one player on B. There has only been one player on B pretty much all game. And that's been Malta. He has been locking it down, though. Every time they come here, always able to stop them. Smoke in front of that smoke. He's got a nice little gap there, and he can abuse that. Get aggressive in front of it if he wants as well. They're not going to commit until that smoke is faded, though. They're just trying to force his utility. However, that has allowed Dexter to rotate in. So now the B site defense is a little better here for Grayhound.
Oh, Malta. Drop, Dexter doubling down. Ooh,
what?
KNG able to get rid of Dick Stacey down in middle. And it's Sicko left up, throw it into a clutch, a 1v3 that never should have been. KNG is still up on short. He's going aggressive, and Sicko's just not ready for it.
For KNG. Oh dear, that is not, like, they had no money. They would not have had an AWP here, Harry. KNG's now got on for the final round of the half, and we talk about a salvageable half. Well, this could now be 5 rounds. Very nice to see KNG lurking there with 10 HP, knowing he can cut off a saving player if they win those B fights. Not over yet here for INTZ. Still plenty of room.
Ooh, Sicko picking up that early man advantage for Grayhound. INTZ losing someone so early on here. Now just having to give up that whole A side of the map. Want to try and hit B. They try and take mid control. They want to deal with Urcast while they've got him. At least flush him from that close CT position. Point. They know they've forced that mid player back into CT, so maybe anticipating this triple A hold. You can see that bomb is still on the back of KNG up in the upper tunnels, so not looking like it's much of a change from the early stages of this round. I feel like this is still going to culminate, I was going to say towards the B bomb site, but now he's moving away. Rejoining with Yell and Destiny up here on short. Might be back to this short commitment that INTZ have tried more often than not on these T-side rounds. The smoke going down, and yeah, that does look to be the case. Sicko and Dick Stacey left to stop this push.
Yeah, 30 seconds then to do it as well. Plenty of time for INTZ to cross, but the flash is not blinding Sicko. He re-peeks off of it. The second one's will, but at this point it's already a 5-on-3. Bomb has made its way towards the site, but Grayhound, it's last round of the half. They don't care about money. They can give up the bomb site all they want. Play for the retake. The only issue is here for Grayhound is they don't have the utility to get back in, and that makes KNG's AWP all the more dangerous, but not for long. Urcast again, the CT king right now coming up from the ramp, gets himself a frag, and Dexter will join the party. It's Cello alone, 1-on-5, and just jump shot. Dexter was on the boxes right below. And it's Grayhound 11 rounds on the half. They will shut down that post-plant, that retake with 5 alive. And things are just looking so good for the Australians right now. A few rounds away from knocking INTZ out of the tournament. We're at halftime right now. The Brazilians have got to fight it back again like they did on Nuke. Will this one be such a similar story? We don't know. We're going to have to find out. Join us after the break.
Well, the gamers' engines are roaring, and right now, Urcast's last ride with the boys looks like it could go on that much longer, because trailing behind and eating the dust of Grayhound are INTZ, 4-11 right now at the end of that first half. Now switching things up, INTZ moving into their CT half, and this is where we have to see them have a comeback, just like that nuke game in the map prior, rather.
Yeah, I mean, just moments ago, Harry, but certainly doesn't feel it with the way INTZ must be feeling right now. 4 rounds on their T side. But if there's one thing I'm doing here, it's not going to be counting them out. That's for sure. We learned that the hard way. Dust2 out in middle, could get flashed through here. There's a player close. It is Yell running back with the utility. Flash is good, hesitates. Grayhound for a few more seconds, as now it will be that B split. 3 CTs here to lock it down, and they're being flanked from tunnels. They don't seem to realize, but they have got that bomb at least dropped in the open. Great shots from Cello, and Dex is alone in middle. He is really in a rough spot right now. Lots of damage. That nade could finish something, but it's not going to bounce far enough. And INTZ realize they just got to fall back, give this up. He does find KNG, and 2 players are on below 10 health.
Yeah.
But surely not, right?
Yeah, surely not. But then there's always like maybe in the back of your head.
Okay.
Oh, they're all going to push out the window. And Yell gets the kill, of course. 8 HP on him. The round goes the way of INTZ. So 5-11 here. A chance now to recover, stabilize themselves, and kind of whittle down this huge gap that exists between these two teams right now.
Still going to be a long road to recovery here, but Grayhound, they don't want to be involved in any more force buys, Harry. I think they've had enough with them, and I think that's a good decision. Double flash on the Glocks, rather. Flash smoke, at least. They get that Xbox smoke down, they can get quickly up the catwalk. Set up for a fast, old A play, but with Glocks, how can you really expect this to go? KNG, that's going to be a filthy nade. Oof, Dust2 getting put down to 10 and cleaned up. Bomb plant? No, really? They get it down. Grayhound will take that every day of the week. And Dexter, he's top mid, not for long. It's going to be a flawless round for INTZ, but the bomb plant, that's all Grayhound wanted, and it's what they will get.
And so this is why I'm curious now. Are INTZ going to run this bonus round with 4 SMGs and 1 rifle? It's definitely not ideal, but I could certainly think of ways that they can make that work, right? You like double SMG a bomb site, or maybe try and take short. Yeah, they'll be rebuying on a couple of these players. Cello and KNG purchasing up, so they throw their SMGs away, but it is still a bonus round here for INTZ in a sense of the word, with 3 players. Keeping those rifles held forward from the round prior. Or those weapons, rather. Immediate mid control just grabbed by Grayhound, and they're hitting B. They're already up mid. Uh-oh, INTZ, you've left a huge hole in your defense here. And the Greyhounds are in it. Oh, no. Yell pivoting back into the window. Will shut down the first man. He's not ready for Dust2, however. And this is the B-bomb site. God, you've got to save now, surely.
Yeah, I mean, Dex has heard these rotations and can hear these players saving. With that kill, maybe they reconsider looking into the site, but they can't get into this round at all. Destiny, oh dear, that could be something. He's chasing down Malta, only just gets around the corner, gets stuck on the side there. Destiny gets the reload in. I mean, he doesn't really fear going for it because he's got money anyway, but realizes that it's probably death if he goes through that doorway, and he'd rather hold onto his gun. Scary stuff, though. Yeah, I mean, Yell very much heads-up awareness to actually catch that player coming in from mid, but there's no way he would have expected a second player. So Dust2, immediate trade, and the bomb site taken over from Grayhound. Really good pace being set. INTZ tried that a little bit on their T side, but a little more reserved. Like rounds where KNG would run down middle and scope up in CT and, you know, watch the long cross, but never fully committing towards actually taking B. And the reason that that was successful is because Grayhound threw so much utility through tunnels that both B players were fully dedicated into watching for that actual B rush, not thinking about mid.
And I also just love it from like a real way of just catching your opponent off guard, right? You come into that round, you're not going to anticipate, okay, in their first buy round, they don't default, they don't try a set piece, they just sprint down mid and play off the back of it.
Crazy.
Now it's the long play for Grayhound. They get players out. Dick Stacy's already down in pit. I am loving the pace that Grayhound is setting. You can really see the stark parallels between the pace that Grayhound are running with on their T side and that INTZ tried to work with in theirs. Dexter opening this round up over at short, and that's forced a rotation, but look at lower tunnels. Zan's already pushed up, and Dexter is not ready for that.
That's a huge kill, actually, because now it confirms the fact this has got to be an A play. This early along control taken is very clear for INTZ. KNG trying to find a shot with the AWP. He does. Dick Stacy gets his head cleanly ripped off, and KNG, the collateral to clean it up. INTZ do find a round after all. The fast pace may have been great to open up the round, but to close it, well, not so much. That's unfortunate Dexter gets pushed there, but yeah, that information alone that Zan gets that tunnels is clear is enough for KNG to just confidently take these fights, knowing there'll be many players in this crosshair. And look at that, 2 for 1. Bam, bam. INTZ nipping at the heels. 7 rounds. They've broken the money of Grayhound. It's back to pistols here. And Harry, this is how games get close. This scoreline may be separated by 5, but that is going to whittle down very quickly.
Yeah, especially because it's still so fresh in Grayhound's minds, the amount of times that this has happened at this event and in this series thus far, where they've been the incumbent team, they've been the ones in the lead. Short control taken by Grayhound in this round. They get down mid, they get down catwalk. Cello's waiting down in CT. He's posted up there so that they can't go for that, just instant mid-aggression.
Molt is showing Urkos to set smoke. He just got in the position and shot on the wall where you need to throw it. That's that little...
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, no, it did work. It's to get them into CT. And it actually worked wonderfully. They go, wow.
Yeah, worked wonderfully, but then KNG is the ultimate counter to anything wonderful.
Temporarily wonderful. You know, they got a kill when they were in CT, and then KNG strikes.
Oh, he's back. He's wanting more. He's hungry. KNG already on 2. Looking to get a little bit more.
Ooh.
Just going to fall away, and actually Yell getting Urkos trying to cross back onto the catwalk. Dexter digging down Destiny. KNG, while at first I imagine you'd just be flexing on Grayhound here, now he actually becomes a key player in this retake. The bomb goes down.
Oh,
Sicko's found another with a dig. KNG, these were glory shots at first, but now you've got to hit them. You have to find this kill, and he doesn't. Dexter's digged him down. Yell in the 1v2, and he gets finished off as well. The Deagles get it done. Grayhound 13-7. Phenomenal stuff from the last remaining players there to make that happen. Deagles in a dream, and they find the round.
Oh, they are laughing all the way to the bank with that one. I have no idea. Like, the thing is, you know, watching that from KNG's perspective really put into, you know, really put in the forefront of my mind how hard those shots are to hit, because you could see every time he would seemingly have a player walking into his crosshair, they would instantly counter-strafe and jiggle out of his view. Very, very close shots, but just not connecting, and eventually, you give enough time away, and the Deagles are going to surround you, Harry. That they do. Look at these shots. Dexter just absolutely going on one. Sicko as well. 2 kills for either of them there in that 2-on-4, and that will be a round for Grayhound. Breaking the money of INTZ, and that is the worst way to lose all your cash. Up against 13, a Scout, an M4, and 3 pistols here. INTZ no strangers to force buys with how this series has gone, but this is not a pretty investment.
No, certainly not. Now more than ever, they need it to yield some fairly immediate results. Elimination on the line. And there's no more room for error. Dick Stacy up through short will make quick work of KNG. Big kill to get, and now soaring into this A bomb site. Might come to regret that. Cello's M4 will rein in and get rid of Dick Stacy. There's now an AK over here at short that maybe INTZ could look to get their hands on. Wonder if we're going to see Malta look to get that out of this position. You will just decide to leave it. So yeah, that AK remains. maybe not realizing that INTZ have gone for the force here. Obviously, he's only seen that M4 on Cello. Smoke down for CT. Now holding the cross, but that smoke will nullify him. So the mid to B is well and truly in effect now. And only one man here, that's Zand. To taste the fury, bomb plant coming in.
Whoa.
Destiny hot on their heels. He was rotating in through, I think he pushed through long doors. Because he ran all the way through mid to get here, and a 3v3 weapons picked up. Temptation has to be here for INTZ to go for this, but I reckon we just have to see a save.
Yeah, no kits, no utility, and you know, it's the B site. It's so hard to get back in, especially when there's an open play and they know there is one. So the realization has set in, Harry, and 14th round here for Grayhound. Really just keeping up the pace, and this has been some excellent Counter-Strike to watch in the second half from Grayhound. Really heads-up decisions on rotations, and INTZ have started to run out of chances here, Harry. Did that say Berlin Boys at the bottom of it? The bottom of the Grayhound sticker? It said Berlin BO something. I would only assume it would be boys.
I'm going to have a look right now.
And look at this buy. Double SMG, 3 rifles saved from the previous for INTZ, and no AWP. Big Stacy straight out long again. Look at the pace. One player's already crossed those pit though, and I don't think they realize that's happened. They throw nades there, maybe some awareness, but Dick Stacy's just on a tear. Finds Yell, gap in the smoke, lets Destiny trade and gets some damage to Malta, puts him down to 1 HP, but Cello is still here and they haven't cleared it. Molotov, I think they know, but he may be fast enough, gets away with a kill and doubles it. That smoke works wonderfully for Cello. And a 4-on-2, we have seen Dexter and Sicko win this exact situation before. Surely this can't be how they do it again. A pick to Destiny up on the cross, and they are going to cross towards B. Kenji looks away. Timing is so unfortunate, and he doesn't know where the second player is, but Sicko waiting for it, hits the shot. B looking open, Zan's pushed tunnels. He can come back in to try and help his team, but he's maybe aggressing a bit too far here.
Sicko and Dexter are the tag team. They are the duo. They've cleared the B bomb site, and now down from what was a 2v4 to a 2-on-2. Dexter holding for the window and door peak, trying to keep an eye on tunnels as well. 35 seconds here, and they just can't get that bomb down. Sicko might have to tap it to try and draw these peaks in, but first Dexter going to see if he can get a position away from these tunnels. Actually going to set himself up on the sight box just so he can be covered from the door. That's Sicko's job. Shot lands. Oh, but Dexter with the spray down. He'll get them both. The round is saved. Match and series point now for Grayhound. 15-7. A 2v4 to make that happen.
Again.
For
the same two rugged gamers, Harry. And not just match point, elimination point. INTZ, this is it, third map. This is the 0-2 game. If they lose this round, they are going home, Harry. With nothing to show for it. Grayhound looking to find this victory, and they have such a lead. I mean, we've seen games, you know, fall apart at the seams, but this surely cannot be one of them. They have this under lock and key. Just everything, making sure, like that molly down in pit in the last round. I don't know how they spotted the cross with those smokes down. Maybe it was a guess, maybe they saw something, but Grayhound have just been lights out on this terrorist half. And no utility here. One flash, one kit. INTZ scraping the bottom of the barrel for this buy, and Zan's already gone, so there's the flashbang gong. You can count your lucky stars on that. Grayhound looking to split A right now. Oh dear.
Dick Stacy springing his trap. Destiny gets that trade. Urkast making his position known, but he's tapping them down. Destiny continuing to put up numbers. They finally dealt with him. And it's Yell alone to try and dodge elimination. His teammates watching from beyond the grave, their eyes burrowing into him. He knows how unlikely this is. He knows what it means if he dies. He's out in the open and Dexter shuts him down. Grayhound take the victory 2-1. And that's them, alive. They live to fight another day. They send home INTZ. They weather the storm. It takes a while, but on Dust2, the boys rise victorious. And their journey here at the Major maybe just beginning.
And, you know, at the same time, journeys in the Major ending, KNG head in his hands. I mean, that's got to hurt, right? Like, this has been such a wild time from, you know, second place at the Major back with Immortals back in 2016 to this. It's certainly been up and down, but for now it is only down for INTZ. They have a chance to, you know, come back in the future, and hopefully we'll be able to solve some of their problems. But not everyone can win here at the Major, Harry. It is cutthroat.
You can see how much this means to them. KNG hasn't even gotten up yet to go with the rest of his team. He's just sat there. You cannot imagine how that feels, especially when you look at him as an individual, how well he played throughout every game that INTZ
I don't think he's gone negative yet.
No.
I don't think he's gone negative at this tournament. They've also not won a game at this tournament.
And yeah, you cannot imagine how devastating that must feel, to know that you're doing everything in your power, and even though you're giving 150%, it just isn't enough.
I mean, it's, brutal, right? Like, that's why there are talks between him and other Brazilian teams, for example. We're hearing little leaks about that, but we'll have to wait and see what is made out of that information, at least, because KNG, it's got to hurt, but congratulations to Grayhound again. You know, you can't just look at the doom and gloom. You've got to look at the plus side. Grayhound, obviously, it kind of sucked to see them down this 0-2 game, a team that, you know, a lot of people have rallied around. They've proven themselves against top-tier European opposition, you know, at top-tier European events, for example, and, you know, at the Major, where it all matters, representing Australia, it's great to see them be able to pick up a win. Hopefully their tournament life still has legs on it. They're going to have to win 2 more best-of-3s if they want to get out of this stage, and, well, that's all for the future, Harry. That's not for today. And here are the stats. Here are the highlight players. Of course, KNG, as always, is on there.
Yeah, but then you look at the Grayhound boys, Urcast topping the charts. Yes. He did not want to go home. He does not want this event to end just yet, because what a performance he had. Dick Stacy as well, goes without saying, both on Nuke and here in Dust2, phenomenal stuff. Dexter coming in narrowly behind. The most insane thing about that is Dexter was actually down at the bottom of this scoreboard for Grayhound heading into that CT half. He rose up the scoreboard and finished 3rd in the server in that time. So he had a phenomenal time of things. You think about how many rounds him and Urcast pushed up through CT and retook that A-bomb site. That alone, I feel like was like one of the reasons that they took such a dominant victory here on Dust2.
Yeah, and to think that we still have games going on right now. North and Crazy are currently still going in overtime right now, map number 2. So who knows if there's a 3rd map on the horizon for James and Dan right now on the mainstream. Do go and check that out, guys, as you know, still one more match to play.
You can take a look at the standings here as well. Mousesport's that first team to get through, and yes, between North or Crazy, one of them will be joining Mouse in that new Legends stage. Then we've got the 2-1 area on this little standings table. G2, Dream Eaters, NRG, Avangar, and Fours.
Nice.
And I trust you can all read the ones on the right because they're gone.
Everyone else, basically.
Yeah, all obviously, the names that were left over.
Yeah, while we have 2 teams that are going through to that next stage, as you said, Mousesport's beating G2 earlier, and also either North or Crazy, whoever wins this series. Well, you know, joining them in a less enjoyable fashion, we have the 0-3 teams rather. Tyloo were knocked out earlier on by Complexity as well, a team that we also wanted to see more from this event. Well, we're going to get exactly that, Harry. And of course, as seen, INTZ joining Tyloo, getting on that plane trip home. Hopefully separate plane trips, because otherwise, you know, that's going to be one long journey to China and Brazil, respectively.
And this is the thing, as every day the Major goes by, we trim the fat more and more, and it's just, you know, the prime rib left, Hugo, right? Yeah. That's what we're left with as we start to progress through this one. The teams that wanted to go, you know, they get rounded out, and this is gonna get more and more competitive as this goes on. So the longer you stay alive in this process, the harder it gets to keep staying alive, as scary as that is. Ooh. Kind of a good metaphor for life, really.
Yeah, I guess. It gets harder when you get older.
Yeah.
It doesn't get easier.
It definitely, no. When you're like 80, mate, every day is a challenge.
Every day is a challenge.
And every day is already challenging enough for me as it is. So I dread to think what it's going to be like. But Hugo, here's the results from what we've seen today over on this stream. They're gone as well. And here's the schedule for tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to be starting with Furia and Simon Gaming over on the main stream, G2 versus Fours over here on the B stream. I'm imagining that's how they've done it once again.
Yeah.
But Complexity versus Grayhound following up at 3:15. And over here on our stream, NRG versus Avangard. And then Vitality Hellraisers to round out the night, along with TBD versus TBD, two of my favorite teams here
Without
at this event.
a doubt, yeah. Definitely up-and-comers. Definitely keep your eyes on them, both of them. You know, separate entities, of course. Just unfortunate they both picked the same name and logo. And that logo was just a black square.
I always love it when, you know, you have, like, the to-be-decided games later on in the day, just because, I don't know, like, they're the ones that are so unpredictable. Like this, I can sit here, I can make all these notes here, I can be ready. But they're the ones where it's like you go into it and it's just no one knows what's going down. But yeah, this is the schedule for our streams. There we go. I was right, I think.
No, you're actually wrong. But assuming this is a schedule for our stream, which I think...
Actually, yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, because the other game is the G2 game. Either way, we have some great matches here. We get to see more of Grayhound and also facing up against Complexity. I'd love to see some Vertigo there. I know we won't see some Vertigo there, but, you know, that's always in the back of my mind now that I've seen a team finally play it. And Vitality and Hellraisers, I mean, that's great as well. Vitality looking to redeem themselves, and in the same sense would have to be knocking Hellraisers out here of a StarLadder Major.
That is crazy to think that Vitality HR is an elimination match, and one of those teams will not be continuing.
Yeah, especially when Simon Furia, that's a 2-1 game, if I'm correct. Or is that a 1-2 game? Because they've only been on the mainstream, so I haven't actually followed their matches so far. I'm pretty sure it's a 1-2 game. Of course,
yeah, I think it is, because I'm pretty sure Simon lost their opening game.
Plus, with the secondary stream, so we're covering 1-2s, not 2-1s.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorted.
There we
it's been a long day,
You've pieced
Harry.
it together. It has been a long day. But the long day is now drawing to a close. All the Counter-Strike action here over on the secondary stream is done. But the main stream, that's still going. There's still a game going on right now. So go ahead and hop over to that. Twitch.tv/StarLadder_CS_EN. Pretty sure that's it. I think I've nailed it.
Yeah, well done.
That's the main stream. So head over to there. Keep watching Counter-Strike. Don't stop yet. There's still so much more CS to come. It's in double OT. Why aren't you watching it? Why are you still here? We're done, Hugo. See you tomorrow.